Sing it, Dylan. Anyway, so welcome. A little evil. We'll start off with a little evil, baby. Little evil we start off with. Right. Maybe a situation about to explode. Popping off. Things are popping off, baby. Things are popping off. Things are about to pop off. Things are about to pop off. Pop off. Papa voodoo. All right, babies. Oh, yes. Pop off and flame. How is everybody? How is everybody doing today? Look at that candle burning brightly. Look at the falls. The Joker's down there somewhere. And the Queen of Spades, you know the sequence. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Anyway, how is everybody? Welcome, Dame Mantis, the Mountain Queen and Scully Newburger. Welcome, Scully. What happened to the old burger? I don't know. Did you do something with the old burger? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Welcome, Dame Celestine, the Star Queen, of course, the White Rabbit. We chased the Dame. We chased the Queen of the Rabbits. Marilyn from Philly. Welcome, Marilyn. We'll get to the first break real soon. Trust me. Great. It's another happy day. Yeah. Welcome, satire. Welcome, satire. Welcome, satire. How you doing? Yeah, don't give me the hand gesture, White Rabbit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, she was never charged with any crime, idiot. I get that a lot. No, she wasn't. I didn't realize that. She should have been. No. Oh my God. Oh my God. Gee, I wonder why she wasn't. Huh? Let me take a guess. Hey guys, would you send your kids to the University of Idaho if you found out that a 19-year-old college student in a psychotic fit ended up hurting the roommates? Would you send them there? Would you? No, you wouldn't. Not unless you had any sense. Oh, by the way, what do you think would happen to the fucking Greek system? I don't know. Take a wild guess. Gee, I wonder why they weren't charged. I don't know. It's a mystery. Beyond mysteries. Welcome, J. Hobb. I run into so many idiots who they refuse. They want to twist their logic into little pretzels. They want to twist their logic all up in their little brains and make all kinds of excuses. Yeah. And they want to do all kinds of mental gymnastics about why certain things could be. It's really quite interesting to watch the process happen. They're so fucking dumb or in denial that you can predict. You can predict the responses that you're going to get. Absolutely. Welcome. I was thinking about this today, guys. I was thinking about, well, is it possible for one person to have done this crime? I was thinking about this today, guys. Listen to this. Is it possible for one person to have committed this crime? And the answer is absolutely. Absolutely possible. Is it possible for one person to have committed this crime in 8 minutes? Just that alone. No. No. Not in this case. No. Not in this case. All right? Now follow me here. Follow me. We're playing in the mud, by the way. We're going to get on to the interview here. But let's play in the mud a little bit before we get to that interview, all right, guys? I have to say playing in the mud because I'm not incorporating Brian Koberger into this, okay? So I got to say I'm playing in the mud here. I'm not incorporating Koberger into this, all right? But I want to run this by you guys. Is it possible for one person to have committed this crime? Yes, absolutely. No doubt. Especially when you have 7.5 fucking hours to do it. It is absolutely possible. Okay. The only two people that we know of, listen to this, guys. The only two people that we know of who had the time to do this, take a wild fucking guess who they are. Okay? That we know of. That were in the crime scene itself. That, of course, we know who those two would be. Mortensen and Funk. You right? We're good so far, right? Good. So where the confusion starts coming in is how could the lone wolf? Here's the first question. How can the lone wolf kill 4 people? Yada yada yada. Participate in some sort of like weird cleanup, perhaps. Go to his car, not track any blood to his car, not track any blood inside his car, all within the span of like, let's say 7 to 8 minutes. How is that possible, right? Well, it's not possible. The answer to that question is it's not possible. It's not. But what is possible is killing 4 people, right? Okay? In whatever span of time you want, right? As long as you do it, listen to this, as long as you do it in a way where people are unaware of what you're doing, then it's possible. Then it's quite possible. This happens in 2 separate sequences. The first sequence occurs with Xana and Ethan. That is the first sequence. Xana and Ethan were killed first. This is how it works. Listen to this. Xana and Ethan were killed first. Prior to Xana and Ethan being killed, a DoorDash order is placed. Prior to their death. This DoorDash order was placed approximately around 2:15 a.m. in the morning. All right? Because, as we know, the DoorDash order does not arrive to the house until around 3:59, 4 a.m. in the morning. We know there's a 1 hour and 45-minute delay in the delivery of the DoorDash order. We know that, right? Supposedly. Xana and Ethan are killed. This is where it gets a little tricky, guys. This is where it gets a little tricky. The DoorDash order is confusing. The DoorDash order is confusing. Oh, God. Well, that's assuming if you believe it was either Ethan or Xana that placed that DoorDash order. You'd have to believe that, right? You'd have to believe it was one of them two that placed the order. Yeah. So it gets a little murky. It does. This is what I was thinking about. It's not perfect at all. It's a little murky. We're a little murky in the mud. This mud is a little murky here. Okay, granted. I don't know. See, yeesh. And then you have that 412 fucking bullshit with Xana, which I do not believe that's her. I don't believe that's accurate. I really don't. I think that 412 timestamp, I really like to see the log behind that. I don't think that came from Xana, to be honest with you. I think, no, there's that 4:12 a.m., that to me, that does not fit in with this. No. I think that DoorDash order, if that DoorDash order was placed by Ethan/Xana, if that order was indeed placed by one of them two, right? Then that order, what happened there with that order was, Miss Mortensen, for example, she was not aware of that order. She was not aware that Xana or Ethan placed that order. And that order caught her off guard. That's if in this scenario, that order caught her off guard. She was not expecting that. And that threw her plans off. And I think that spooked her. Right? So, yeah. So anyway, I'm just trying to follow this. Welcome, Kiss Me Where I P and J, huh? So it's one or the other. Either they placed it and it caught Mortensen off guard, or somebody else placed it. So, but in that case, you would be expecting it to come, and it just happens to come an hour and 45 minutes later, which is ridiculous. But supposedly that's what happened. I find that itself highly ridiculous. But whatever. They must have been super busy that night. But is it possible for somebody to kill 4 people? Yes. Especially when you do not contact the police for 7.5 fucking hours. You have all the time in the world to do what you want. Okay? You have all the time. The only thing you have to worry about in this scenario is making sure that Bethany Funk is not aware of what you're doing. That's the only thing you got to be aware of. That's part of the reason why I think Xana and Ethan were killed first. I think also that there's a possibility that Dylan came back to the house with a friend. Okay? I'm imagining all this stuff. Xana and Ethan were at the house. Right? They were at the... They would have to have left the Sigma Chi around 1:30 at the latest to get back home before anybody else gets back home. Yeah, I don't know about that. Anyway, I'm still working on it, guys. But when it comes to killing them, and if the Hobbit, if Bethany Funk was not aware that Dylan Mortensen was involved in this, then that's really all you have to do is you have to worry about her becoming aware of what you're doing. And I think the DoorDash order, I think that was unexpected. And I think that was part of now, if you believe Molly Methhead, if you believe Molly, that she saw somebody in the window looking up and down, looking out the window at her and shit, like hiding and looking, peeking out the window. If you believe that, if that's true, well then there's only well, who would it be? Right? So it's, to me, that's Dylan Mortensen. That is Dylan Mortensen peeking her little eyeballs out that window, looking up and down, because again, I think that caught her off guard. I think she became aware that a DoorDash order was going to be delivered. I think she was aware of that. I think maybe some notification on maybe Xana's phone or Ethan's phone, but she became aware that there was an order coming to the house. And I think that spooked her. I think she thought that she was seen in the window, and I think that spooked her. Listen to this. I think that spooked her. And I think that's what set in motion her 4 a.m. timeline. That's what set, to me, I think there's something about that set that whole timeline off for her. Yeah. That's why, I think there's something about her getting caught off guard, okay? And after that point, what happens after that point? Master Nature. Okay, well, here's what happens after that point. Bethany Funk hears a firecracker by her door. And I'm thinking to myself, Mortensen, anyway, I could go on and on about this, but anyway. Anyway, I don't want to go too on it. Mortensen, see, and this is another reason why I would love to see Dylan Mortensen's purchase history from 11/1/2022 and 11/11/2022. I would love to see her purchase history from that time frame. I would absolutely love to see that. I know they never investigated that. I'm just saying. I would also like to see the purchase history of Quinn Kelly from 11/1 to 11/11. I'd love to see that purchase history. Yep. A few other purchase history I would like to see from 11/1 to 11/11. Yep. But anyway, alas. Alas. Welcome, Ellie. Because how difficult would it be to, I don't know, buy some firecrackers? I don't know. Not difficult. What if, listen, I know we're in the mud. What if, though, in order to start this whole chain of events off, I'm Mortensen, right? I just happen to toss a firecracker down by Bethany's door, and it goes off. And that starts this whole sequence, right? Where Bethany's like, she asked Dylan, did you hear this firework? Remember? That starts off this whole chain of events. This whole chain of events. And guess what? The only other person that was in the house during this time period that we know of was Dylan Mortensen. She's the only other person in this house besides Bethany. Think about it. Just think about it. If you're Dylan Mortensen, you cannot just go into your room and go to sleep. You cannot do that. Think about that. If you're Dylan Mortensen, right? You're saying to yourself, well, why would she make this whole fucking thing up? Because it looks even worse if Mortensen says, well, I just decided to go to my room, and fall asleep at 3:52 a.m. That is much worse. Because you're right by Xana. You don't hear anything. You don't hear them getting murdered. You don't hear anything. That is actually much worse. You look much more suspicious if you give that story. Much more. Because we know Dylan Mortensen was up at 3:51, at least until 3:51 a.m. in the morning. Right? So, yeah. It looks really bad if you say, well, I just stayed in my room and fell asleep. And I wasn't aware of anything that happened that night. I think that looks a little worse. Just saying. Anyway, still working it out. We're still working it out, guys. We're still working it out. Still working it out. Hey, we're playing in the mud. We're still working on it. But okay, so just to wet your whistle with that, let's revisit something. Let's revisit something.
Me and Maddie coming home. Those two.
Here's it. Wait.
311. Who was still in the house?
From what I know.
Who was still in the house at 311, Dylan Mortensen?
Of Kaylee and Maddie coming home.
Kaylee and Maddie coming home. Right. Oh, just Kaylee and Maddie came home? Remember. We keep forgetting about Ethan and Xana. And then she corrects herself.
Oh, just Kaylee and Maddie?
Oh, just Kaylee and Maddie? Remember, again, nobody knows, allegedly, not even Moscow police, nobody knows what time Xana and Ethan got home, including Mortensen, supposedly, right?
But I know.
She corrects herself here. And, like, I know Xana was home.
I was home from what I saw. I don't know if Ethan...
Stop talking like you're on fucking methamphetamine. Dylan Mortensen is psychotic. Dylan Mortensen had a psychotic break. Now, she's not completely incoherent here, okay? But she almost borderlines on incoherency at times, okay? She talks extremely rapidly. You know, she is a very sick person. Very sick. Very sick. So we have to be careful, right? She talks so fucking fast, guys.
Just Kaylee and Maddie?
Oh, wait. You mean you don't know where Ethan and Xana were? Dylan Mortensen? Oops. But I know Xana was home. She says, because I think I may have seen her door open. But guess what? We don't know if Ethan was with her.
No, Xana was home from what I saw. I don't know if Ethan was with her. I did not see Ethan. He could have been home with her. He could have not been. I don't know.
Well, then how do you know Xana was home? How do you know Xana was there? How do you know Xana was there? Do you see, guys? ISP, these are not real homicide detectives. We said this a million times. Everything she says is a lie. She contradicts herself in every statement. Okay? I know Xana was there. They never ask her how she knew that. You never talked to her. You never talked to Xana. You never saw Xana. Well, you did see Xana. She was dead after you fucking murdered her. Okay? And but you don't know Xana, you don't know Ethan was with her. Well, then how the fuck do you know Xana was there? Because if you knew Xana was there, you knew Ethan was going to be there. Idiot! You fucking idiot! Victoria Gooch, again, I hope you fucking never work again in your life in law enforcement. You should have stayed retired. Victoria, you should have stayed retired. Ridiculous. No. Fucking he-she. Fucking he-she that nobody liked. You're a fucking he-she that fucking Kaylee didn't like, and Maddie didn't like, and Ethan didn't like. Nobody liked you in the house except Bethany Funk. Bethany Funk was the only person that tolerated your fucking weird-ass shit. Because you're a fucking psycho. And you started to have a psychotic break probably when you were living in the freshman dorms. That's probably when this all started for Dylan Mortensen. Yeah. For real. Welcome. So I'm so sick of people in fucking denial and making excuses for that. I'm so sick of people making excuses for this one. I have, again, in the history of murders, we have never heard such a bullshit story in all our lives. Not just this one, but 12/1/22. That's even more ridiculous. 12/1/22 is even worse in many ways. It's even worse. Remember, Mortensen makes so many mistakes in this fucking interview. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. She is so focused on Kaylee and Maddie that she totally forgets about her other part of the story. And she totally forgets about Murphy, the dog. She is so focused on trying to explain her behavior when it comes to Kaylee and Maddie that she totally forgets all these other elements in the house going on. She just makes them on up, by the way. She just makes it up. So yeah, people say, well, she was never charged with a crime, Master Nature. Well, gee, do you think she may have should have been? Yes. Yes. Do you believe everything you're told? You believe everything the police do? Yes. Do you think these fucking inbreds are real homicide detectives? Yes, Master Nature. No, they're not. Do you think Scott Green is going to stick his head in a guillotine for Dylan Mortensen? Yeah, Master Nature. No, he's not. Fuck, no, he's not. We talked about that. You gonna let this fucking psycho ruin your entire life? No, you're not. You're not gonna let this psycho ruin the University of Idaho, ruin your life, Scott Green, ruin your presidency, ruin your boats and your homes and your reputation. You're not going to allow this psycho to destroy the entire Greek system at the University of Idaho. You going to let that happen? No fucking way you're not. Not for Dylan Mortensen, you're not. I am being dead serious here. Would you throw your career away for her? Difficult choice. Is it a difficult choice? No, it's not a difficult choice. Jesus Christ. Well, sure. They're going to just let somebody like Dylan Morrison just get away with things. Yeah. As a matter of fact, the answer is yes. Oh, by the way, they may say to her on the side, hey, look, stupid cunt. You need to fucking get a psychiatrist. You need to get yourself into a fucking, like, maybe a mental health hospital. Yeah. We're going to be monitoring you. They may be telling her that shit. You and I don't know. But they sure as hell are not going to charge her with part of this, with part of the murders here. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. She, again, there's part of this too. There's a flavor of her going to, already going to plead insanity. There's already part of this 11/17 interview that we talked about where she is almost already set. She's not, I should be careful. You get the flavor that she is almost trying to set up an insanity plea. Almost. And by the way, if she was charged as part of these crimes, she would definitely take the insanity plea route. That's the route that Miss Mortensen would have taken. If real homicide detectives did their job, arrested her and charged her as part of the murders, she would have taken a insanity plea. She would have tried the insanity defense. Guaranteed. No, there's no doubt in my mind about that one. Anyway, now we take a quick break. Ah, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And I think, yes, indeed. See, the more we think about this, the more the picture becomes a little clearer here, doesn't it? Yes, it does. You say, Master Nature, what about that car that was circling around the neighborhood, Master Nature? What about the car? Yeah, guess what I did with that car? That's where I put all my shit in it. And they drove away. Bye-bye. But that wasn't Brian Koberger's car. Nope. No. Oh, that was a car. I agree with that. And guess what? Guess what I put in that car, guys? Yeah, guess what I put in it? I put my bloody clothes in it. I put the weapon in it. Yeah. I put my costume in it, you know, because it was a woman, right? It was a woman that was actually a man, right? But she was dressed like a woman. Remember that shit? See, yeah, costumes. Dylan Morrison says a lot of things with a big nose and bushy eyebrows that I do not like. And who's about my height. And who is like basketball toned. Yeah. And who has high knees. Yeah. Gee, I wonder who we're describing here. Right? Remember that? Remember that, guys? Big nose. About 6 feet tall. Funny. Funny how that is. Funny, and you know it's also funny, guys. There's another thing that people want to do mental gymnastics around. Miss Mortensen refused to have a sketch done of the person that she allegedly saw in the house. She refused. Oh, in this very interview, as a matter of fact, she refused to sit for a sketch. Remember that? I wonder why that is. Why would Dylan Mortensen refuse to sit with an artist to do a sketch of the person that she allegedly claimed to see in the house? Why do you think that is? Take a wild fucking guess. Just take a guess. Just take a guess. She's really trying to help her friends out, right, guys? She wants this guy caught no matter what, right, guys? But she doesn't want to do a sketch. Gee, I wonder why that is. It's not hard to figure out. It's bullshit. There is no reason that Dylan Mortensen cannot sit down with ISP artist and do a sketch of the fucking person she saw in the house. There is no reason not to do that. None. No reason. But she refused. But we're going to talk about bushy eyebrows, and we're going to talk about one bushy eyebrow, and we're going to talk maybe about another bushy eyebrow. But guess what, guys? We don't even want to sit with the ISP artist to do a composite of this person. But we'll talk all day about bushy eyebrows, though, guys. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, we'll have her do a little sketch of the balaclava, but she cannot sit with a composite artist, though. Oh, no. Fuck you, people in denial. Listen to me, people in denial. Fuck you. So we can talk all day about bushy eyebrows and all this, and he had something over his mouth and nose. Sure. But when it gets down to the fucking nitty gritty, you're a fucking liar. You're a fucking liar when it gets down to the nitty gritty. How about this, Dylan Mortensen? I'd like you to take a polygraph test. Do you think you can do that for us? Oh, no. I really want to help my friends out, but no, I'm not going to take a polygraph test. But I really want to help my dead friends. Fuck you. She should have been arrested on 11/13, period. Fuck you. There's no reason. Make that make sense, people in denial. Well, they'll say something stupid like this. Well, she's probably too scared to sit down with a composite. Scared of what? What is she scared of? Herself? She was afraid that the composite artist would sketch herself. That's why she didn't do it. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? But she was afraid that the details that she was given would look too closely like her. Because it was her. Oops! So, in a way, she's smart enough to not really, to even incriminate herself even more in the crime. So you got to give her that. But there's a lot of things they should have done here, okay? One of those things that they should have done here was asked her to take a polygraph test. That's absolutely one thing they should have done here in this case. Hands down. Hands down, they should have said to her, Dylan, I know you really want to help your friends, and we're going to ask other people to do this, but would you mind sitting down to do a polygraph? That's all. And I would love to have seen her reaction to that. My guess would be she would absolutely have refused. Absolutely would have refused. She refused a goddamn sketch, for Christ's sake. You think she's going to take a polygraph test? Did she give her DNA? Anyway, welcome Ellie Ryan. Welcome Mrs. John. Double Troubles here. Welcome Caroline Wood. Always good to see you, love. Yeah, they should have. Why not? What do you got to lose? She's going to say yes or no? She's going to refuse it. Don't get me wrong. Mortensen would never... Well, she's pretty stupid in some ways. She might actually agree to it. I don't know. But my hunch would be she would refuse. She refused the sketch. Yeah. This sketch is nothing. You could say whatever you want about the sketch. You can make up whatever you want about a sketch. But she refused to even sit for that. Yes, she did. Because she's totally innocent. Uh-huh. Ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Gee, you didn't think that was suspicious? Well, again, these are not real homicide detectives. But if this was a real investigation, you probably think that's a little suspicious. You know? Like everything else she fucking told you. A little suspicious. Some of it is really suspicious. Because most of it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, quick break. We all know this, I'm just saying. Ah, yes, indeed. Let's go. Oh, dear. The prime always winds me up. Hey, we all want a trial. But listen, can you imagine having the opportunity to cross-examine Victoria Gooch on the stand? You would have a fucking field day. You would. You would have a field day. Victoria. Victoria, are you there? I'm retired. What do you want? No, Victoria. You're not retired. Leave me alone. No, Victoria. I would love to see Victoria Gooch on the stand. Against a competent, half-decent criminal defense attorney. I'd laugh my fucking ass off. Leave me alone. I was on the drug task force. Sorry, Victoria, that doesn't get you off the hook. So, Victoria, when you sat down for your 11/17 interview with Dylan Morrison, was there anything that Dylan Morrison said to you that raised any red flags at all? I'd probably start with that question. Leave me alone. I'm in frozen shock phase. I'm sorry. Oh, okay, Victoria. Okay. Leave me alone. Hey, that's how it works, guys, in Idaho. The minute you say frozen shock phase, you can't talk to anybody. Right? Funny how that is. Leave me alone. I'm gonna go after this. I gotta buy some Scentsy lights. All right. Fuck you. Fuck you and the lies. Fuck you and the shit that you guys try to perpetrate. Fuck all of you. So, Victoria Gooch, during your beautiful 11/17 interview with the prime suspect, nothing she said raised any red flags to you? Leave me alone! For God's sake! I'm just an old woman, dressed as a man, but I'm really a woman. That's probably what she'd say. Dylan. Hey, Dylan, in your 11/17 interview, Dylan, are you a man dressed as a woman, but really a man today? Leave me alone. I'm in frozen shock phase. Leave me alone. Dylan, I think you killed your friends. What do you think? Leave me alone. I'm lucid dreaming today. I'm lucid dreaming. It's also called being psychotic. It's also called being psychotic. It's also called being narcissistic and jealous of your fucking friends. It's also called losing your shit after Halloween when you were humiliated and you decided after Halloween, you know what? Fuck them all. Fuck them all. I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. Remember, Dylan is entering this house. She is She is in the beginning of developing serious mental health problems when she enters this house in the fall of 2022. We talked about this at great length. And when she got humiliated and bullied, whatever you want to call it, she got humiliated probably throughout the semester. Yeah. Bad things start going on. She never fit into that house. She never fit in. Kaylee didn't like her. Maddie didn't like her. Ethan made fun of her. Xana tolerated her because Xana tolerates everybody, right? Based on their personalities. Xana tolerated her. She probably didn't like her, though, but she tolerated her. And Bethany the same way. Bethany, because she was as, young and kind of naive as Dylan, those two kind of, but once Bethany found out what Mortensen was involved in, she wanted to get away from Dylan Mortensen as fucking fast as possible. And she did. She jumped in Jenna's car and fucking got away. And guess where Jenna and Bethany were driving to? They were driving to the Moscow Police Department station. That's where they were going. When they saw Noon's car, that's what made them turn around. And notice when Bethany does finally get back to the house, she is not standing with Dylan Mortensen. She doesn't want to be anywhere near Dylan Mortensen. You notice that, by the way. I wonder why that is. Take a wild fucking guess why that is. Because at some point, Bethany Funk figured out that all the stories that Dylan Mortensen was telling me were absolute bullshit. And she was involved in killing the roommates. That's what freaked Bethany out so fucking much that she never wanted to go back to Idaho ever again. And that's why that Richard Bitante interview is so very important to get. That is another reason why that interview is going to be the second holy grail in this case. Fuck Brian Koberger's interview. Brian Koberger's interview is nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. We already read the report on that. It's nothing. So it makes sense now why the Hobbit would never, ever, ever want to ever be around the possibility of running into Dylan Mortensen ever again after that. Because in the back of her mind, it was starting to click. Like, Jesus Christ, I think this fucking bitch is psychotic. Because in Bethany Funk's interview, she says, you know what? She wasn't making any sense. And I didn't know what she was talking about. I thought she was just imagining things. See? But guess what, Bethany? You realized that what Dylan Mortensen was telling you was all a bunch of bullshit. And she had a hand in killing the roommates. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why she takes off with Jenna in Jenna's car. That's why they take off. They were going to the police station. That's where they were going. They weren't fleeing the crime scene. Jenna was taking her down to the police station. And when Bethany Funk made that phone call, that 911 call, she was in Jenna's car. She was away from the others, especially Dylan Mortensen. Period. There you go, my loves. That's the sequence. And when they turned around and Bethany got out of the car, she stood across the driveway, away from the others, away from Dylan Mortensen especially. She didn't want to go anywhere near Dylan Mortensen. Period. She did not want to go anywhere near Dylan Mortensen. Nope. Because she realized, wait a minute. I think this bitch is fucking crazy. And I also think she thought, I think she had a hand in killing the roommates. That's exactly what was going on there. And at that point, Bethany was thinking, I think also what was going on with Bethany at that point was she wasn't quite sure who else may have been involved in this. I think that's another thing she was thinking to herself. I really do. Now, I can't prove any of that. I'm just saying. That's my opinion on it. Welcome, Seattle Rain. However, the point is, also, we need to hear Richard Bitante's interview that he conducted with her in Reno, Nevada. We need to hear that fucking interview. We have to hear it. Again, I think what's on that interview would make our heads explode. I think that interview would make our heads explode. Absolutely. Well, I mean, I could be wrong, but that's my impression. Welcome, Dame Sophia, Queen of Wisdom. According to Mrs. John, Dame, according to Dylan Mortensen, she has no prior mental illnesses. That's what she says. She told you, I have no prior mental illness. Yeah. Well, then how comes your story is one incoherent piece of dog shit? How comes you can't string together two sentences that are coherent? What's the matter with you? It's called psychosis. And she's 19 years old. And guess what? Schizophrenia, paranoid schizophrenia, whatever schizophrenia, that usually hits around 18 to 20 years old when you're in college. And it certainly did for Mortensen. Unfortunately for her roommates, we hear Dylan. If you believe in the audio, if you guys believe in the audio from the cameras, from let's say 2 o'clock in the morning all the way through, if you believe in that audio from the cameras, Mortensen, you can hear Dylan Mortensen on the fucking audio, or what sounds like Dylan Mortensen. She's all throughout it. If you believe that. If you believe that. Huh. Anyway, quick break, and then we'll get to Kiva. Kiva. Bloxham Bliss. That's her name. Kiva Bloxham Bliss. There she is. Let me guess. Czechoslovakia. There she is, guys. She's posing on some rocks. She's posing on some rocks in a river, guys. There you go. Don't we normally pose on rocks in a river with it in a evening dress? Oh my God, I got roses. Oh my God, Master Nature. Nobody gives me roses. Ashley, you never gave me roses. Oh my God. Guys, I had no idea she had Down syndrome. I promise. Ashley Jennings, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ugh. MD, come on. No, I'm serious. How would these, hey guys, how would these headlines work out for you? This just in, there was a quadruple murder happening in Moscow, Idaho, tonight. Details, we're getting early reports that, there's two suspects who are in custody, and one was a roommate, and another was associated with a fraternity. Stay tuned for more details. How do you think that would have worked out for Scott Green? How do you think that would have worked out for the University of Idaho? How do you think that would have worked out for the Greek system out there? Just take a wild guess. How do you think that would have played out, guys? Again, do you think after this point, parents would be sending their kids to that school? Absolutely not. There are better choices. There are better options. People are not getting murdered. They're not getting hacked up to death. You know? Why would you send your kids there? So, here you go. As much as I dislike Steve G, when it comes to this angle, he knew this angle very well. And I hate Steve G, but he was correct about that assumption. It would have destroyed the university, and it would have destroyed the town of Moscow. He was totally right about that. Totally right. It's probably the only thing, one of the few things I agree with him on. But remember, he said they didn't want us putting up any flyers. They didn't want us putting up any posters or flyers about catching this guy. Remember, Steve G said that. And there's a reason why they didn't want him doing that. And he said what that reason was. Because it would make the university look horrible and they would lose lots of money. And he was totally correct about that. Totally correct. Now imagine if you imagine if you followed the evidence in this case. Imagine if you did that and you get a report on the news saying quadruple murder happened in Moscow, Idaho. Four university students horribly slaughtered, stabbed to death. We have two suspects in custody. Both of them are related. One's a sorority member, and one's a fraternity member. What do you think would have happened after that point? Bye-bye university. Bye-bye Scott Green. Bye-bye the town of Moscow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Think about that. Think about that. The town would have died. The university would have died. The enrollment would have plummeted. Nobody's going to send their kids there. Scott Green, he would have lost his job, I'm guessing, after a while. What's the point? The Greek system at the University of Idaho absolutely would have been shut down. Absolutely would have been shut down. There would have been so many internal investigations as to what went wrong here that it would blow our fucking minds out. It's not just the police investigation that would have happened, and there's other investigations that would have had to happen here. So it's not just the case itself. It's not just the murders itself. Other things would have happened. There would have been internal investigations. How did this happen? How can we prevent this from ever happening again? Why did we let a psychotic sophomore live off campus in the first place with upperclassmen? There would be all kinds of internal investigations that have happened here. Not just the police investigation. So people in denial, they really need to check their shit here. They really need to check their shit. I am the greatest of all time. Whether you like it or you don't fucking like it. You can stay in denial all you want. Okay? But that's exactly what would have happened. There would have been tons of internal investigation. How did we get this wrong? How did this happen? How did Dylan Mortensen slip through the cracks? How did she get to live in a house with upperclassmen? Like Maddie and Kaylee. They're seniors. Why is this psychotic sophomore living in a house with two seniors? Unsupervised. Why didn't she live at the sorority? Why did she live at the sorority? Why didn't Dylan Mortensen live at the sorority house? Why does Dylan Mortensen live off campus in a big fucking 3-story house with upperclassmen? Why? Right? Two of the upperclassmen, they're not even associated with the fucking sorority anymore. You know, what's really unfortunate is, yeah, I'm ranting, but what's really, this is another sad piece of this whole thing. It's really sad that Maddie Mogan and Kaylee Gonzalez, they just could not live together with other upperclassmen. That is totally sad. Totally fucking sad. They should, if they had to live with other people, it is totally sad that they could not live with other seniors. That's another sad part of this case. And they should have lived with other seniors. That's sad. Welcome, coincidence. Nope. Instead, we get stuck with living with fucking Dylan Psycho Mortensen, Xana, who about 1 million people are jealous of, Ethan, who's kind of stupid and he doesn't know how to study, and they're all doing Adderall and cocaine or whatever. And then Bethany the Hobbit. So, there you go. Now, the Hobbit, let me get, I'm still, again, the Hobbit is always a wild card here. But, I mean, if it was Kaylee, Maddie, and Bethany, and then the rest were upper, like, seniors, I don't think maybe we wouldn't have a problem here. Well, that's a good point, coincidence. But she should have been living in the sorority house, not off campus. No, not with two upperclassmen either. I also like to know this, and we're never going to get this. I understand this, guys. Unless Dylan finally breaks down and admits to what she did, okay? But I would really like to talk to or hear from Dylan Mortensen's dorm mates her freshman year. I do believe she lived in the dorm, not the sorority house, correct? Either way, I think I'm correct about that. Either way, okay, I really would like to hear from people who lived with her before And I'd really like to know what they thought of her. If they thought she was out of her fucking mind. I'd really like to hear from them. Hey, if anybody's out there who actually was around Dylan Mortensen her freshman year and lived with her, I would really like to hear from you. What was she like? What was her behavior like? Was she a complete lunatic? Could she form coherent sentences? Did it seem like she was on speed? Did she talk to you about controlling her dreams? Did she talk to you about lucid dreaming? Did she talk to you about any of this stuff? Where did Dylan Mortensen go off the rails? Was it her freshman year? Probably. But anyway, just email me because I'd really love to know what her behavior was when she was a freshman. Seriously, I'd love to know that. What was Dylan Mortensen like in high school? Yeah, give me some history. I really would like to know what her history was. Because guess what? I got a strange feeling that I got a strange feeling that there would be a pattern that develops with Dylan Mortensen. A pattern. Yes, indeed. Because you don't go from zero normal to an interview on 11/17 where you sound completely out of your mind. Something must have happened along the way, okay? Yeah. When you became psychotic. Not only did you become psychotic, but you became paranoid. And you became extremely jealous and angry. Somewhere that happened here along the line. And guess what? If we can get to hear from people who lived with Mortensen when she was a freshman, I think you and I can establish a better baseline of what Dylan Mortensen really was. And I know that for a fact. So, just saying. Fuckers. But that's evil. That's evil, baby. What does this remind you of?
Make it to your house.
What does this remind you of?
Knock on the front door.
Clapton is God. Clapton is God. Looks like a familiar drawing, doesn't it? We are the greatest. Oh dear.
When you went to bed, you still in the house.
No. That was.
Here we go.
Are you talking about the first time I went to bed? Like early before all this happened?
I said, I came home from my grub hut.
After left. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And you don't, how about...
Dylan's art, baby. That is Dylan's heart.
After everything of all this, I went to bed with her in her bed.
I went to bed with the funk.
I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah, I have no clue what time that was.
30-ish. I don't know how long all this happened. I tried to remember and I tried to give a time frame, but in reality, I don't know at all.
Uh-huh.
At some point.
This is great, isn't it, guys? People in denial. This is good, isn't it?
And never proceeded.
She's not your prime suspect.
Even with the guy in the hallway.
I mean, yeah, it freaked me out, but it
Oh, wait a minute. Hey, people in denial, listen to this part.
and never proceeded threat ever.
Hey, people. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, guys.
Yeah, it freaked me out.
This is for the people in fucking denial. This is for all the Reddit retards whose reading comprehension is like mental retardation. Hey? Listen to this again. This is your prime, by the way. And listen to what your prime is telling you.
Never perceived a threat ever.
I never perceived a threat ever, guys. And guess what? That's true. She didn't. She didn't. She never perceived a threat. Because she's the threat. Fuck you.
You weren't perceiving a threat.
And never perceived a threat ever.
I never perceived a threat ever, guys. Ever. Because I'm the one who did this shit. I am the threat. Of course she didn't perceive a threat. She's the threat. I mean, what else do I have to fucking tell? How else can we present this information? Okay. All right? I mean, I don't get it. She tells you. I wasn't scared. I wasn't in any danger. I didn't perceive any threat. Because I'm the threat. Jesus Christ.
I mean, yeah, it freaked me out, but it wasn't like
Uh-huh.
in Moscow. Like I
Oh, here we go.
have to worry about that.
Oh. Instead of answering the question, we go on some tangent about how everything is safe in Moscow, Idaho.
It's never like, oh, this is bad.
Uh-huh.
Like, it just isn't.
Uh-huh.
I never thought about like robbery. Never crossed my
Oh,
mind.
no, never
Something
crossed.
happened to my friends. Never ever crossed my mind.
No, never crossed your mind.
It just was like people come in and out of our house. Like, that's
they
how
just
it
come
is
in and
Moscow.
out.
You live out of house. Like people come in and out all the time. Like because
Uh-huh.
you know them. You know everyone in Moscow. It's so tiny.
You know everyone in Moscow. So tiny.
So did you know this person maybe?
I don't remember. I don't remember what his face looked like. All I remember is I don't.
What? What? So, do you know this person? I don't remember. Do you know this Hey, Dylan Mortensen. Do you know the person who fucking slaughtered your friends? I don't remember. Maybe. And you're not going to arrest her. Ladies and gentlemen, you are not going to arrest Dylan Mortensen. You are out of your mind if you let Dylan Mortensen leave her house. Okay. I don't remember. I know everybody in Moscow. You know everybody in Moscow. According to Dylan Mortensen, you know everybody in Moscow. But I don't remember if I knew who this person was. I don't know. Can I do some cartwheels now? Can I do some cartwheels now? In my house? I can't wait. Judge Hippler, I know you're a corrupt, fucking inbred bastard. But I hope to God you do one good thing in your miserable piece of shit existence. I hope you do one good thing in your miserable life. And you better order a trial in this case. You better order a fucking trial in this case, you miserable piece of shit. I want Dylan Mortensen on that fucking stand because I would want to rip her apart. She is the prime. She always was the prime, and she always will be the prime suspect in this fucking miserable case. Always. Always. Do you know who did this? I don't remember. I know everybody in Moscow. She almost admits, this is earlier in the interview, by the way, she almost admits to, yes, knowing the person who did this. Almost. But they never press her. They never interrogate. They never do anything. Okay? Again, I would love to eviscerate Victoria Gooch on the fucking stand. I would love to eviscerate her fucking bullshit too. I would love to eviscerate all these fucking inbreds. Eviscerate them. Disembowel them. Disembowel them. For what they tried to fucking pull here. Disembowel them. Drawn and quartered. Drawn and fucking quartered. This is ridiculous.
People come in and out all the time.
Yeah,
You
sure.
know them. You know everyone in Moscow. It's so tiny.
You know everybody in Moscow is so tiny.
Do you know this person?
I don't remember. I don't know what his face looked like. All
I don't remember what his face looked like, guys.
I don't like just thinking of
the
covering of the forehead.
Oh,
and
the covering.
mouth.
And the mouth.
That's all I remember.
That's all I remember.
The eyebrows.
And the eyebrows. And the big nose.
I don't know. At the time,
What was covering his mouth? I don't know.
it was a weird looking ski mask. It
A weird looking
regular
ski
mask with, like eyes.
It wasn't a regular ski
You know, because I saw his eyebrows.
I saw his eyebrow.
And
And a big nose.
saw his nose and like this part of his face, but I don't know.
Do you know what a balaclava is?
Ah, here we go. Here we go. If I fed you information, would you agree with me? Yes, of course I would.
We use it in cold weather gear, and sometimes we use it on raids when we go in. When we don't, like if we're working their.
Hey, let's just give her all what we think.
So they can't come after us and our families. So we wear these things called balaclavas.
Oh, isn't that nice, Victoria?
Anyone can buy them.
You should have never worked in law enforcement.
But we buy them so we can conceal our
Fucking inbred hicks. You fucking inbreds.
Yeah.
to keep ourselves and our families safe. If we showed you a
Well, isn't that nice?
be safe, this is what it looked more like.
Absolutely. Of course. I'm going to agree with whatever you want me to agree with. That's not how we investigate crimes. Hey, Victoria, you should be swinging from the fucking gallows.
The person that you saw in the hallway.
Never.
Was there movement going on? The person that you saw in the hallway.
Wait, hang on. Sorry. Hang on, what'd she say? Hang on.
Anyone can buy them. It's not unique to law enforcement.
It's not you. Good to know.
We buy them so we can conceal our identity.
She's the expert of balaclavas, guys.
Suspects can't figure out who we are.
Yeah.
To keep ourselves and our families safe. Picture of the balaclava. Could you say this is what it looks like?
Absolutely.
I think so.
Of course. Sure. Absolutely. 100%. What else, Victoria? Now that you totally fucked this interview.
Is it anything directed at you? The person that you saw in the hallway.
Never.
He never
Was there
talked to me.
movement going on? Thank you.
That could have been. I think that could have been.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Was his? You couldn't see his mouth.
No, and I don't remember if I saw, I don't remember if I saw his nose, but I know I saw eyebrows, and I don't
He had a big nose.
I mean, that could be it. I mean, that would make sense why the forehead was covered and this part of his face was covered.
Yeah, uh-huh. What else?
And so I don't know this. Detective
No, you don't.
knows a lot more than I do.
No, he doesn't.
Probably knows some things too, but
Blaker doesn't know anything either.
any issues leading up to Sunday with anyone that you can think of?
Nope.
That
Besides Halloween.
your limits?
So, obviously, the cops will tell us anything weird. About a month ago, Kaylee was taking Murphy out.
Here we go.
Out for like a day or two.
Here we go. You like that, people in denial? I hope you like that, people in denial. I hope you like that, people in denial. Oops. Anyway, we've seen that a million times. We know they're not real homicide detectives. We know Victoria Gooch should never be around any type of law enforcement ever. Okay. You don't lead your fucking witnesses like that. That's ridiculous. You might as well just give her the script and say, hey, Dylan, fill in the blanks. Hey, Dylan. Hey, prime suspect. Here's a blank piece of paper. We want you to write down, just fill in the blanks, whatever you remember, and we're going to just accept it. Oh, by the way, hey, prime suspect, here is what we have in terms of evidence. It's filled with a lot of blanks. All we want you to do is read what we already have, and you just fill in whatever you want. And we're going to help you out along the way, too, if you don't remember certain details. Is that how we investigate homicides? Is that how we investigate homicides, guys? Nope. Nope. Why is that? Why don't we investigate homicides or any crime like that? Why? Take a wild guess. Oh my God. Yeah, I know. We've seen this a million times. But every time I watch this shit, it is just more and more and more disgusting. It really is, guys. It's like saying this. If we told you what to say during this interview, do you think you would say it? Of course. Yes, I would. If I can get out of here, I will say whatever you want me to fucking say. As long as I don't incriminate myself too much, But I will agree with whatever you want me to agree with. Can I go home now? That's not how... homicides. That is not how homicides are investigated. Period. But not in this case. In this case, that's totally normal. Totally normal. Again, I wonder what real homicide detectives think about this interview. Do you typically lead your suspects? Do you typically lead your prime suspects into getting off with their answers that you're providing to them? Do you typically do that? I hope not. Oh my God. Well, you guys know this. You know, my garden, this is not how you investigate homicide. We already know this. But the inbred fucking ISP and the inbred fucking Moscow Police Department, they suffer no consequences for what they did. None. They all should have been investigated. They all should have been stripped of whatever fucking rank they had. They all should have been fired. They all should have been put under investigation. And they certainly should never, ever work anywhere involving law enforcement ever again. Bottom line. Bottom line. Of course she's going to agree with you. She's the prime suspect.
I don't know. I don't remember. I know everybody in Moscow. I could see his face. I don't know. 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 Hey guys, I'm dreaming right now. I'm dreaming.
Hey, Dylan Morrison, we'd like to give you a polygraph test. Would you? What do you? How would you? What do you think about that?
I don't know. I know everybody in Moscow. I don't know what I don't know. I never met a polygraph.
Thank you, Dylan. Bye. I hope one day your conscience and your guilt catch up with you, and you will eventually admit to what you did in this case. I hope to God that happens. You need to tell the truth. Your story's a pile of dog shit. It always was a pile of dog shit. 11:17 dog shit. 12:1 dog shit. 12:30 dog shit. 11:13 dog shit. All of it was dog shit. We all know it. So, Mortensen, either you admit to a few things. You were severely mentally ill during this time frame. Okay? Or you're going to finally admit that you had a hand in killing your fucking roommates. It's one or the other. Because logically, reasonably, and rationally, there are no other answers to this. People will stretch their imaginations beyond the horizon to try to make everything that she's saying and what she's doing fit or how she can get off the hook. However, no. Okay. It goes against all rationale, all reason, all logic. She is the prime. That is the straight line in this case. It always was the straight line in this case. I know it. My garden knows it. Other people know it. She is the straight line. Just listen to a few of her sentences. Just listen to 5 minutes of her interview. Okay. Yeah. Anywho, let's carry on. So what do we got? Oh God, do I want to do this? Okay. Here we go. Here is Kiva.
This is Detective Brady Walker with Idaho State Police.
Brady Walker.
Here with my governor.
Brady
Idaho
Walker.
State Police. The time by my timekeeping device is 3:04 p.m. Today is January 10th, and we're in the with me here today.
So, guys, this comes from Lucy Sable. Definitely look up her stuff. She has very little subscribers. She only got 37 subscribers. I don't know if that's an alt or not, but whoever this person is only has 37 subscribers. So check her shit out, because this is where this is coming from. Absolutely. Carry on. Oh, I'm sorry, redacted.
Your name, whole name and date of birth, please.
I'm from Transylvania. I don't understand what you're saying to me.
Here we go, Mrs. John. And Ellie and Scully and everybody sat. Here we go.
And then my birthday
CB.
is
Perfect. Also,
Are you from Transylvania?
Can I get your name and birthday, please?
okay.
In my country.
Here we go.
All right, now that all the formal stuff is out of the way.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
How you said you're?
Yes, Lucy Sable.
Just tell me a little bit about you here.
Oh, she only got 37 subscribers, or whoever has 37 subscribers, guys.
I come to country. I try to teach. I try to have education at Washington State. I get harassed by a tall man.
All right, here we go.
He called me a fucking whore.
Sorry.
Now, in my country, you have to pay for that.
All right. Sorry, guys. Her name is Kiva Bloxham Blues, also known as Biloxi Blues.
When
Sorry.
When was your first interaction with Brian?
I'm not sure about dates.
Here we go.
Like the beginning of the semester. I don't know. I'm just gonna go off of my interactions and kind of just.
Sure.
You can't even remember dates.
Like things.
How are we gonna go off interaction?
My first interaction with him.
I don't know. Sorry, guys.
Came into the office. You know, he was the new.
He
grad
said,
student,
"Lick
so
my love
most
pump,
of them
baby."
come in
Hey, baby, lick my love pump. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. Hey, we're gonna have a really good time tonight. Oh my God. Hey. Oh my God. Oh my God, Master Nature. Baby, lick my love pump. All right. All right. Hang on. Oh my God. You know where this is going. You know where this is going already, guys. All right.
It's pretty. Yeah, I like it. Just been fooling about with it for a few months now. Very delicate.
It's a bit of a departure from the kind of thing you normally play.
Yeah, well, it's part of a trilogy, really, a musical trilogy that I'm doing in D minor, which I always find is really the saddest of all keys.
All right. You know where this is going. All right. Thank you. Let's get back to Kiva Sativa.
Absolutely perfect. I mean, it's the right proportions. It'll be this color. Right?
Oh, sorry. That's something else.
That's just terrific. I mean, almost.
I'm sorry, guys.
Looks like
That's Stonehenge. We'll get to Stonehenge then. But anyway, you already know Stonehenge. We already know Lick My Love Pump.
You know, like getting those little tips that they need, like classes and stuff like that, to arrange their schedules. So he would come in there a lot, and he introduced himself to me.
Hi, I'm Brian. Lick my love pump, bitch. All right.
As the days went on, I would see him coming like frequently, like every single day in the office.
Okay.
And he would like try to conversate with all of us while we were working.
Uh-huh.
That kind of became an issue. Like
he
was in there talking with Dad for like 2 hours one day until like we had to close and like kind of be like, okay, it's time to leave. Like we're closing the office.
Uh-huh.
And it kind of just kept happening, like him coming back and not really respecting that we were working. And so, like we were trying to be nice to him because it's not like we're like, you can't be in here, you need to get out, but also like respect that we're working.
This is the women's bathroom.
Conversation.
Are you sure?
To just talk about random
Sorry.
stuff, like Pennsylvania, like he was also from Pennsylvania, so they would talk about like
Being from Pennsylvania.
just talk about random things, and so it kind of just seemed like
Well, that's really shocking.
Like, he also was a TA, so
That's
he
really
also
weird.
should have been doing work too. But this situation kept happening a lot. And then
what happened?
I was closing up one day and I was there alone.
Welcome, Pablo Picasso. Welcome, Pablo Picasso.
She leaves early because so.
I see, Pablo. Well, good for you.
And I'm there just by myself because D leaves at 3, and I'm there until 4.
I think we all kind of want to see a trial, Pablo.
And he would come in there and like just talk to me, and I'm not a very like rude or aggressive person, so I kind of just I'm like
Yeah, it took me a while to find it too, Scully. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that. Took me a while too. I couldn't fucking find it either at first.
Kind of stand there, and I don't know. One day I think I was like downstairs doing something, and then I came back up to lock up, and he was in there, and I was like, hey, like I'm locking up, like, like.
Yep.
Shut off all the lights, lock the door, like,
okay.
It's time to go. And then he was like, oh yeah, okay, and he started talking to me, And then as we were talking, like we were walking out of the building, and I was trying to leave to go home, and he was like, oh, hey, there's like free coffee at the Cub tonight, like, you want to get some coffee with me? And I was just like, no, like, I'm trying to go home, like, my girl's here to pick me up. And then I just kind of walked away, because I felt like there was nothing else to be said. Like, I wasn't, like, rudely saying it, but just kind of, like, that's a little uncomfortable, like, that's not appropriate either, you know, like, I'm your coworker, I'm also way younger than you, like, you know, it was just kind of weird. Like,
I'm sorry, I missed something here. What?
You know, it was just kind of...
So what, I'm sorry, I missed something here, guys. What made her uncomfortable? I'm sorry.
Conversating with you, like, he was just kind of standing there, it's a little weird, but he would just still kind of stand there, and, I don't know, one day I think I was like downstairs doing something, and then I came back up to lock up, and he was in there, and I was like, hey, you know,
said,
like,
oh, hey,
up, like,
I'm locking up.
You know, like, I'm gonna shut off all the lights, lock
shut
the
off
door,
all...
like, it's time to go, and then, he was like, oh, yeah, okay, and he started talking to me. And then as we were talking, like, we were walking out of the building, and I was trying to leave to go home, and he was like, oh, hey, there's, like, free coffee at the Cub tonight, like, you want to get some coffee with me? And I was just like, no, like, I'm trying to go home, like, my girl's here to pick me up. And then I just kind of walked away, because I felt like there was nothing else to be said. Like, I wasn't, like, rudely saying it, but just kind of, like, that's a little uncomfortable, like, that's not appropriate either.
It's not appropriate.
Okay. Coworker, I'm also way younger than you.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, it was just kind of weird. Like,
okay. Weird, guys. Sorry. Weird.
And
weird being asked out to get a cup of coffee. So that's fucking bizarre,
that was the
man.
first kind of weird interaction that I had.
Welcome, Creamy Row.
Afterwards, I told my bosses.
I told my bosses.
Like,
he asked me to go get a cup of coffee with him. Holy fuck.
And so they were like, you know, like, we don't really want you alone with him anymore.
Oh my god, wow.
They also
alright, for whatever.
Precautions, which I thought...
Precautions? Like what kind?
Like a threat or anything, you know, like, I was just like, you know, like, he's just kind of trying to pursue me, and that's not really appropriate.
No!
Well, they were like, you know, if you ever feel uncomfortable, like, right away, they were like, you can always leave, like, you're not forced to stay here, like, we can have security officers, like, escort you out.
Oh my god, really?
Kinds of things, and I was just like, that seems
welcome,
so
mantra again.
Like, I wasn't really saying, like, I was that concerned.
Holy
I just wanted
shit.
to let you guys know this was happening. But the fact they kind of reacted like that scared me a little bit, because I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
It's not.
So willing to, like, go to all these extremes to keep me safe.
Gee, I wonder who prompted all that.
And
The
so
professor?
I kind of questioned it a little bit more. And so
the professor?
have a talk with
Who doesn't know how to confront anybody?
like, or, you know, they're not the first person.
The professor who doesn't know how to confront her students?
Also the grad students.
Resorts to passive-aggressive fucking techniques?
It just kind
But can't have a 5-minute conversation with one of her students? Fuck you. Hey, fuck you, hillbilly, who invaded my chat. Good for you. Good for you. Hey, listen, go back to Idaho. You fucking inbred.
So I'm sitting right here, he's standing right
Now, bye-bye.
over me. And, you know, that made me feel
Enjoy your firing squad.
how can I tell
That doesn't deter anything. You fucking inbred moron. Fucking inbred.
And so
You fucking inbred.
he honestly
You're a
didn't
fucking
until
inbred.
another,
Oh, it's Pablo. Are you still back?
and I didn't even tell her anything, but
Oh, I thought you were
as soon
fucking
as she
being an
came in,
idiot
she
in
kinda,
here.
like, walked away, like, all fast, like, he walked out, and that was kind of weird to me, like, you know, he was just standing there for so long, like, you know, like, why is he gonna run out when someone comes? And then
Fine.
she's like,
Let's have a trial.
"If you're ever feeling, like,
I don't care.
uncomfortable, I'm always here, like, just send me a message on Teams."
Let's have a trial. He's not worried about a firing squad. Why are you worried about it?
Sense it, like, without me saying anything.
He's not worried about it.
Also, like, was the red flag.
He never was worried about a firing squad, idiot.
Then I told my boss about it the next day, and they were like, you know, that's more a concern on the confidentiality stuff that you have on your computer. Like, he's not allowed to look at that. You have too much information, you know, like on your computer. He's not allowed to look at your computer at all. And so that was even more of like, you know, like, no, we need to talk to him. And they honestly probably had like 5 overall talks with him about like his behavior and how he was acting.
How does she know that?
And,
how do you know that?
like,
Where did that come from?
it was probably after the 3rd one that he finally stopped coming in the office as much to socialize.
Uh-huh.
And I would see him like just in the hallways and
Uh-huh.
like just taking out the recycling.
Oh, taking out the
Corner
recycling.
me right
stuff.
there. And he would like try to talk to me. He'd be like, "Hey, Kiva, how are you?" You know, and I'm not.
Oh, he's trying to be nice to you?
I'm like,
Oh my
"Hey,
God.
How are you?"
A horror.
He'd be like, "Good," and then I would just try to leave it at that. You know, like walk away now. And then he would be like, "Oh, like we need to talk about neuroscience sometime," and I was just like, "Yeah," you know, like.
Wow.
Walk away. Like I tried to limit it, but it seemed like he would like try to force the conversations with me and like corner me to where I couldn't go anywhere, you know. And especially in the times I was alone,
Oh
that's
my
a little
God.
scary too. And I don't know. I remember one day
Yeah,
I
you
was
don't.
walking out,
I know.
or, like getting ready to leave, picking up my backpack, and from the office, the window, you can see like outside. And I seen him walking outside, but it was so weird. Like he made eye contact with me. And if you're just walking outside, you're not going to be like inside the building windows unless you know like you're looking for something. And it was so weird. Like I made direct eye contact with him.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know. Like,
So you looked at him
my car
too?
kinda dropped.
Oh, that's weird.
For some weird reason, it just felt very weird. And then like
I don't know.
him walking up, and you know I'm like trying to walk out, so he's coming in as the time I'm coming out.
Uh-huh.
I like.
And he
looked,
said, "Lick my love bump."
I don't know, like I didn't really think of it like this, but now that I'm like rethinking it, my body was kind of telling me like, you know, like be careful, like you know, like watch out. And I don't know, so I like peeked out and
Okay,
seen him
peeked
walking, and as soon as I saw him turn this way, I
We
ran
got the
to bathroom,
DoorDash order.
and I hid in there for like a couple minutes.
Hid in the
until,
bathroom.
You know,
Were you
I was
crying in the bathroom?
like, okay, you can leave now. And just,
Oops.
I never even thought about it like twice until like all of the allegations came out, and you know, and then I rethought it, and that's my body telling me something's wrong, you know, and I was just, you know, trying to see the better in him, but I don't know, even conversations I've had with like the chair and the administrator and the graduate program coordinator, they all seemed
Sorry, I had to do the moderator's job here. I do have moderators, right?
a normal way to react, a normal way to think. Like it was just
I thought I had moderators.
because even with the other problems that he had with the other graduate students, like he was very homophobic. I don't know if
Oh, now he's very homophobic.
you've heard the stories about it, but she's also LGBTQ.
Oh, here we go.
You know, and we all have ally stickers on the doors.
Ah, here we go.
He complained about that.
Uh-huh.
He complained about the little stickers on
Uh-huh.
the doors. And
Right.
he actually like took it out on A because she's, you know, gay.
Uh-huh.
So she ended up putting
Uh-huh.
pride stickers all over her door, and it turned into like this huge argument, you know.
Uh-huh.
But it was
Right.
kind of him just like degrading females.
Oh, now he's degrading females now. How is he degrading females?
You know, like he's a male, he's white, like he's superior.
Oh, that's what he said.
mentality.
Did he say that?
So,
He said that,
I
huh?
don't know, like it was issues that they tried to talk
Michelle
about,
Riding.
but they couldn't really fix
Welcome.
because it was in his mindset kind of thing, you know.
So he said all this. He said, I'm superior because I'm a white male.
I also
He
had
said that,
times
huh?
where my boss would take me home.
Welcome, Melissa
She would
D.
drive me home so I wouldn't have to ride the bus.
It's
Walk
called
by myself.
mass delusion.
She was there. She would walk with me outside and make sure like I
It's
got
called
home.
we decided to have a mass
I was
delusion.
drove, you know, like it was just all these precautions that seemed a little weird, you know. Like,
Yeah, no.
they shouldn't really have to take place, but they were all to avoid him, you know. So that just kind of didn't sit right with me. And then I don't know, like we also had this
So
situation
again,
where I
sorry
was
guys.
home one day and
Welcome, Ashley.
Welcome, Melissa. So again, what is this? So again, what is this? What is it? So I guess according to her, no, not according to her, oh God, this is just... Quick break before I spit on my phone. How's that? I do got moderators, right? Welcome, Seattle Rain. Don't be afraid to use your powers, okay? Because I don't want to be arguing with trolls right now. Now remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Don't forget what Aunt May told us. Don't forget Aunt May. You remember Aunt May, don't you? Hell yeah. Real quick. Real quick. Real quick. Let me go, I'm an old woman. I'm an old woman. I'm an old woman. This is Nancy Guthrie reporting live. I'm an old... Oh my dear God. Oh my dear God. So, hey, I don't care if you, it's not that I don't mind, hey, if you think Koberger did it, fantastic, right? He did, hey, I can't deny he pled guilty. I'm not denying that. Sure. I mean, however, I think at this particular point in the story, we need a trial. Okay. You can believe he did it. I'm going to say, well, I'm not going to go there. You believe whatever you want to fucking believe. But again, you're coming into my chat and you're saying, he did it. He pled guilty, which you're not wrong. He did plead guilty. You're not wrong about that. So that's not what I'm irritated with. Okay. I think there's anyway, I got my prime. I got my prime and I got a few associates. That's what I got. And we need a trial. Excuse me, let's carry on.
So she was like, hey,
Oh.
I don't know if you've noticed, but last night,
I hope he does. I hope he does, Merlin. I hope he fucking grants it.
Last night it was off, and so I know that
Hope he does one good thing in his miserable life.
And I see my reflection. It's like I've seen something out there, and I thought it was just me until it started moving. And so she was like, I think like someone is like.
Hang on, I gotta clean it. Hang on, guys. Hang on. I gotta clean it. It's getting a little blurry. Just like my eyeball. Oh my God. He did it. He did it. He did it. Obviously he did it. He took a plea. He did it. Obviously. Why would you take a plea if you're not guilty? Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to get into that argument right now. Oh, how about this? It's about 2 o'clock at night and you're in your jail cell and somebody comes to your jail cell at 2 o'clock at night and says, hey, Brian, if you proceed with this case, your family's going to be fucking, something really bad is going to happen to your family. It ain't that hard to do. Okay. Hey, Brian, I think you should listen to your defense team. I think you should listen to Ann Taylor and do the smart thing here. Because, I don't know, you don't want something bad happening to people that you care about, do you? That's all it will take. That's all it takes. It's all it takes. It's not that hard. Okay. Oh, by the way, Bill Thompson says hi. And if you're smart, you're gonna accept the plea deal that we're coming up with. If you know what's good for you. It's not that difficult, guys. It happens a lot. More than you and I know. Especially in prison. All kinds of things happen in prison that you and I don't know about. They're not monitored. Okay? People think that's crazy, right? But it's as easy as that. Hey, Brian, if you know what's good for you, you're going to take the plea. Because if you don't take the plea, guess what? You know your mom who has like a lot of health issues? Well, she's not going to last a year. That's all I have to say. What are you going to do? Are you going to take your chances on killing off your family members maybe? Or something bad happening to them? Well, you may take that chance. The point is, it's not difficult to do that. You and I know that. Look at to one of the most notorious sexual predators on the face of the planet, who just happened to be a fucking billionaire, who decides to hang himself in his fucking jail cell. Who has about, I don't know, 1,000 names in his Rolodex that he can expose to the world about their proclivities. Just saying. This shit happens. It's not a stretch. Okay? It happens to the best of them. It happens to people who even have, billions of dollars. It happens. So, just saying. And guess what? It doesn't take much to tell 2 security guards, hey, guess what? In about a week from now, both of you are going to have $50,000 show up in your bank accounts, just mysteriously. It doesn't take much, okay? And security guards, I'll tell you what, 50 grand, 20 grand to a security guard, that's a lot of money. And I don't give a shit who I'm supposed to be guarding, but $20,000, $25,000, whatever, I could really use that right now. It doesn't take much, people in denial. It really doesn't. Just saying. You believe whatever the fuck you want to believe. You want to believe whatever the mainstream media tells you. You go right on believing and living in your own fairy tale fucking world. But that's not how the real world works. It never did and it never will. So enjoy your denial. Okay. It's not difficult to blackmail somebody into doing something. Especially when you're sitting in prison and you can't do a fucking thing. God! Sorry, that was a gato. Sometimes I have to yell at him. I feel like he needs a moderator, or I gotta fucking teach him how to be a fucking moderator. Nasty Nate, where you been? Been a long time since I've seen you. Where you been? I told you. The gato likes to chew on plastic. That's why I have to yell at him. I don't like him chewing on plastic and possibly swallowing it, so I have to yell at him. However, that doesn't appear to work because he still does it. Okay, especially when I'm not paying attention to him. Just like trolls and people in denial. The more you yell at them, they still continue to be in denial. Okay. You in Moscow? Undercover, are you? Well, while you're in Moscow, do me a favor. Try to find out Dylan Mortensen's her freshman roomies. See what they have to say about her. I'd really like to know. I'd really like to know. Yeah, I said Merlin. I said he has pica, or pica, whatever, however you want to pronounce it. I think he does. I agree with you. He does. I said that. He likes to fucking chew on plastic. I've never had a cat who likes to chew on fucking plastic. Ever. Fucking weird. So yes. You do? Nasty, you do? I'm not quite sure if I want to see them, actually. I mean, that's like offering me Elliot Page's nudes. No! Sorry. Now, if you had, I don't know, let's think of someone who's actually attractive. Sorry. You got Elliot Page's nudes? And Mortensen? Do they look similar? I'm sorry. All right, let's carry on. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, God. Now, what am I talking about? Well, you know what I'm talking about. But since we're on to this subject about, people mysteriously dying and getting blackmailed and, stuff like that happening, because it's totally outlandish. Let me reinforce that fucking point.
Just let me force that a little bit. We'll carry on with The Godfather, but the point is...
Traffic and drugs, there will be...
No. See? Yeah, even Vito was a little superstitious. See? Just saying, I know it's a movie. Uh-huh. It ain't that hard. It's not that hard. People think it's outrageous and hard. It's not. Anyway, let's carry on. Fuck. Not that difficult. Especially when you're in prison and you have absolutely zero power. It's not that difficult. Anyway, I'm not saying that's what happened in this case. I can't prove that, of course. But I'm just saying, it's not that difficult. Especially if you're somebody like Scott Green, who and Bill Thompson, who absolutely do not want to go to trial. And we know, what do we know of Mr. Thompson? He has a few FBI friends that he likes to contact every once in a while to get himself out of shit. We know that about him. So yeah, it's not a stretch. Okay. To think somebody went to Mr. Goldberger and said, "Hey, buddy, if you don't take this fucking plea deal that we're making, some bad shit's gonna happen. And you don't want that." That is not difficult. Do you trust Bill Thompson? Do you trust Idaho? I don't. Do you trust Scott Green? Do you trust that do you trust that it has to be somebody completely underrated? Excuse me. Well, I'm going to leave it right there because I can go on forever. But you're going to have to believe these characters. I don't trust them at all. Not based on what I've seen. Based on how this case was investigated, I don't trust any of these people. Fuckers. Well, how about this little gem for people in denial? Here's another little gem for people in denial. They're not going to get it anyway, but whatever. You decide to stick 30 people in a hotel room. You're still within 24 hours of this quadruple homicide, right, guys? Moscow police decides to stick 30 people in a hotel room together, right? That's what they did. And guess what? What if, I don't know, the murderers were in that hotel room that you just stuck in there with everybody else? Imagine the lawsuits that you would have as a police department when it came to light that you were spending the night with a couple of the fucking murderers and you didn't even know it. But that's exactly what Moscow Police Department did. What do you think about that? What if this was a real case? Well, first of all, that would never happen anyway. I'm just saying, what if it turns out that 3 of the 4 perpetrators in this case, they were at the fucking hotel room with you, the hotel that night with you?
How would you feel about that one? Take a wild guess. But that's what Moscow Police Department did. Boy, they got really lucky, though, in clearing all these people that they decided to stick in a hotel together. That must be a world record in how you clear suspects in a case. That has to be a world fucking record. Don't you think, people in denial? Right? That has to be some sort of fucking Guinness Book of World Record. But people in denial, they'll believe anything they're fucking told. Well, no. None of those people in the hotel room could have possibly have done this. They'll say that to themselves. Think about that, guys. Just think about it. Think about that concept of sticking 30 people in a hotel within the first 24 hours of your investigation into this crime. Just think about that. Does that seem realistic to you or logical? Nope. It doesn't, because it's not. It doesn't. These inbred fucking potatoes, they must have cleared 30 people, and they should belong in less than 20. Let's say not even 24 hours. They cleared about 30 people in less than 7 hours to stick them all in a hotel room. Guys, they must belong in the Guinness Book of World Records. Okay. Guinness Book of World Records. Are you listening? I think you should talk to Moscow Police Department, Captain Dollinger, and get these guys into the Guinness Book of World Records for clearing people within hours without any reason to do it. How do you like them fucking apples, people in denial? I am the greatest, and so is my garden. But these are the questions that people cannot answer. This was never a real investigation. The police involved are all inbred potatoes. I have never heard of such a thing in all my life. Okay. Neither have real homicide detectives, by the way. Get down! Just think about that principle for me, will ya? Just think about that concept for me. You have to be the fastest police department ever in a quadruple murder case to clear people. It's impossible. But yet, these fucking inbreds from the police decided to stick about 30 of them together in a hotel. Now imagine waking up a week later and realizing that some of the perpetrators in this case, you were in the hotel with them. How many lawsuits do you think Moscow Police Department would have on their fucking hands? Oh, let me tell you the answer to that. 26 at least. What do you mean I was in a hotel with the fucking perpetrators? Moscow, they are the greatest psychics on the face of the fucking planet. Aren't they? The Moscow Police Department, they have to be the greatest psychics on the face of the earth. Don't you think, people in denial? How does that work? It doesn't work. But that's what they did. Do you see now people in denial? Guys, do you think people in denial see anything now? Or they're still in the fucking dark? I dare you. I fucking dare you to go research another quadruple homicide case where you stick 30 people in a hotel room within 6 to 7 hours of this crime happening. I fucking dare you to find a case like that. Go ahead, do it. Do it! You think you're so fucking smart? People in denial, they think they're so fucking smart. Do it! Give me another case where something like this was pulled. Give me another case. Do it! Do it! You think you're so fucking smart in denial land? You're all idiots. You all, they should stay in the dark. They all should stay in the dark and die and live their miserable lives. And die in the darkness. But that's not for me to say. So, okay. Again, the point of this rant is Guinness Book of World Records. Who's ever in charge of that? You need to contact Captain Anthony Dollinger from the Moscow Police Department, and you need to put their police department from November 2022 into your Guinness Book of World fucking Records. That's what you should do. And by the way, when you're doing that, you should give them another fucking medal. Yeah. What do you think about that? Hey, this is Chris McDonough. Hey, listen, I found a black glove. Me and my wife were vacationing in, we were in Tahiti, and I overheard somebody say there was a murder about a week before we got there to Tahiti, and so me and my wife were like, "Oh my God, are you serious?" And then I said, wait, where did this murder happen? And so me and my wife, we went to, now listen, we're in Tahiti. And so I had the local, like pedal us, excuse me, I had the local pedal us to the murder scene. And guess what I found, guys? I found a fucking black glove. I turned it into the local Tahitian police department. And they said, "Chris, you did a great job here." They patted me on the head and they gave me a fucking medal. All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you. My name's Chris McDonough. I'll be here all week. And me and my wife's going to be here all week too. And she's a really terrible cook, guys. The meatloaf she makes is absolutely horrible. All right. Anyway, thank you. My name's Chris McDonough. Thank you very much. I'm putting out a book next week. It's called How to Stumble Upon Crime Scenes and Find Black Gloves Everywhere. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My name's Chris McDonough. You want to go outside? I don't like yelling at the gato, but I also don't want him to choke. So, there you go. Anyway, let's carry on. Funny how things work in this case. Yeah. Anyway, think about that. Think about the Guinness Book of World fucking Records. Nope. Fucking bullshit. Why is it so fucking like that? Well, that's not much better, is it? Jesus Christ. Oh, dear. I hate this phone. Fucking hell.
You lock all of your doors, and
Jesus Christ. Why is it so fucking blown up like that?
Until later out, his address got out, and he lives like kind of right by me. So I don't know if like.
Whoa.
You know, he may have like I don't know if it was him, you know, but the fact that he was so close kind of scared me too, because he was already trying to like.
Fuck this. I'm ending the stream and I'm gonna fucking redo it. I'm gonna fuck this. I'm irritated. We're gonna pick it right back up. She's talking about bullshit. This one's irritating me. Fucking cat's irritating fucking me. God, why is that happen? Why does that happen? Why does that blow up like that? What the fuck? No, that's not much better either. Now it's total dark now. It's still blown up to hell. Fucking hell, man. I'll tell you what. Strange. Strange, strange, strange. Nope, nope, nope. All right, guys. And we'll pick it back up in about, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. We'll pick it right back up. I love yous. 10 minutes. Bye-bye.